what I'm going to do now, and again it's going to be post-pivot press, so it's fine. But what I'm going to do now is, when I have the opportunity, I'm going to basically do an intercepting movement. Right, so as soon as I see something coming, and again the law says his hand has to be above his elbow, moving toward me in an obvious threatening manner before I can touch him with any kind of, well, tactical defense or weapon, right? So I can't just hit him in the face before then. Again, he might just be coming up to me saying, "You shouldn't have yelled at my dog." And I hit him in the throat and I go to jail. So I have to play with that timing of, he's coming at me and, okay, I still have weapon, spine, and I waited just until that hand looked scared. But be scared. Everybody ready? Sure what we're doing? Let's move that way a little bit because I want to crack this mirror. Not fine.
So we're throwing.
You're going to come at me like 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to say no. Actually, I'm going to say yes, 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 yes. Next.
I was like, yeah, I wasn't letting you do anything. Damn you.
So again, somebody's going to come at me. Right, so as soon as I see his hand come up in a threatening manner, I'm just going to pop him in the face. As I'm popping him in the face, I'm setting up a weapon or post-pivot press. I'm covering myself. It's not going to hurt me and might touch me. I kind of like it there for a whole bunch of reasons that might look like techniques. I'm already here, and he's just getting wound up to start his whole whatever he wants to get going. So I can just come out no matter what. I could punch him and risk getting teeth in my hand and breaking my ear. But what I prefer to do is just put my hand on their face, maybe my finger in their eye, and get my hand on the chin. If I got that, I can jar, I can turn, I can unleash a bunch of short energy, or I can just know where his head is, put out that, got that. Again, there's this orientation of this bone moving towards that bone. As long as I can do that, he has to do like 2 or 3 things to try and hit me with that, so I'm fine. I got this weapon, I got low line. I can take that moment, scan the horizon, and then when he decides to make his decision, really just start going to town. But it's got to look like this. There's randomly coming at me. Right? 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 So I'm clearing that lane, I'm getting my hand on your face. Your body structure is telling me you're already stiff, right? All I need to do is dump energy and you're going to fall over. So that's the condition you want to have no matter what. Now you can punch. Noticing that we're sure that hit him underneath the diaphragm. Now I can't breathe that well. Short power there, could be there, it doesn't matter. But my instinct is as soon as I see a threatening movement, his hand came above his elbow in a threatening manner, and I just need to be able to keep going. That's what's going to happen. And that's the opposite of sparring. So the one thing that I would bring up, that I would just want to play with, and there's some math to this, and this is a bit funny. You done some sparring?
Yeah.
That's sparring. Okay, just
This is weird now.
I know, we don't do this all the time. But he's done some sparring. So if you're going like that, hopping around, and you're going to do what sparring people do, right? So this is sparring, right? We're just, we're just having some fun. I'm just protecting myself, just so it's otherwise I'm just going to unleash hell on it. Something I want anyone watching this to think about. He's hopping. He's not in post-pivot press. He's not in what's called a mobile target interaction, because hop. When anyone's hopping, for 1/4 of the time he's in his body, he's pushing off the ground. 1/4 of the time he's ballistic floating. 1/4 of the time he's falling towards the ground, and 1/4 of the time he's actually on the ground, pushing off the ground, right? I'll be nice. Half the time he's on the ground, half the time he's somewhere in the air. So right now, he can only actually interact with me half the time. Right? Less than half. I'm being generous. Half the time, assuming he isn't always wanting to hop, if he touches me, he's not going to fall over. Half the time. If he's sparring and he touches me, he's got no structure. Right? Because he's used to being light on his feet. Now I'm not going to just go like that. I can push you. I'm going to go. Because he's falling over, and I'm going to keep delivering the violence. So that's one bit of the math. If you're hopping around, and I'm being nice, half the time you're basically floating. The other half of the time you're trying to get to floating again, or you're trying to find out how to stand up. For a very, very tiny period of time, can you actually hit me with any force? Right? I'll dig in, strike. That's pretty obvious to see coming. He's hopping, he's sparring, hopping and sparring. And there it goes. Because I saw him go. So all the chambering and telegraphs are huge. Now he's going to spar with me, and I'm just going to focus on his hands. Right? Tap, tap, tap. He's trading to get a point. So 1/4 of the time his hands are standing in space. 1/4 of the time his hands are moving through space. 1/4 of the time he actually has any dynamic interaction with my body. Unlikely. So very dynamic. 1/4 of the time he's parking his hand again back here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1/4 of the time. Now let's do some math. I'll be generous. Half the time his hands are useless. Half the time they might be useful. Half the time he's not even in his feet. And again, it's actually 1/16. I'm going to say 1/4 to be nice. 1/4 of the time a person who's used to this can actually effectively interact with another person's body. If you condition yourself, no matter what he's doing, post pivot press, weapon spine, and he doesn't know how to deal with that kind of dynamic interaction, it's already over. I'm never leaving my mobile turn of interaction. I'm never doing anything else but controlling his ability to do anything he wants. So I can do everything I want. Right? And nothing's going to work more than it might. But as long as I have that idea, when I think of sparring, I would rather do the gauntlet drill. I would rather do 3 of you in front of me, like this. Michael with the camera. I'm going to close my eyes. We haven't done this in a while. So, when I open my eyes, whoever chooses to be number 1 gets to come at me. And within 3, whoever chooses to be number 2 gets to come at me. And then whoever's left, 1, 2, 3 gets to come at me. You guys have to decide 1, 2, or 3? Okay? Okay. Just wait, assume you guys have figured it out. Yeah? Right? And I'm being gentle about how many times I'd be punching them in the head here, but in every situation, what do? Post pivot press, weapon spine, and use this guy to interrupt that guy, hit that guy, break this off over here, and dummy this guy as soon as he comes at me. So for me, that's more interesting than sparring. Although I shortened up how much violence I'm doing just to be safe.